This video was not intended for children. Hello everyone, this is Isaac.
This is Taryn.
And we are True Masters and Morons playing Othercide.
Now he's going
I'm trying to hit yes. There we go.
He's going to do this new selection. Ooh.
Suffering is born. We failed the child.
We failed the child, Taryn!
We have lost. I have nothing more to give.
I assume she says this every time.
We begin again.
So we begin
Yeah,
again.
literally every time. So whether you lose against a boss... Okay. Quickly for everyone.
Isaac's played this a bunch more.
I've been playing this basically non-stop for the last week. Loving this game. I think it's really fun. But so I know a lot more about it. What I just did was I basically reset. As you can see here, the total daughters I had were 10. Total sacrificed were 1.
This is
Fallen
per
daughters,
recollection, I
daughters
presume.
Yes, this is per recollection.
Okay.
The fallen daughters I had were 9 because technically 9 died as soon as I chose to do the restart. Synapses, which are levels, was 13. This is the era I reached, and most killed enemy was the scavenger. Okay.
He killed 624 in that thing alone.
Yep. So the reason I did this is I just wanted to show everyone the remembrances. So these are a bunch of things that I've gathered. I think we showed a couple of them during
Yeah, I think you saw
the last
you saw one
episode.
Or two.
But so like this one is skip an era. So I'm going to completely skip that first week where that first boss was. This makes it so that every new daughter is level 4 instead of level 1.
And these are things you earn as you go. So even though you have to reset time after time, you get these things that you like give you a greater starting point and more power and
exactly
that sort of jazz.
And you can see here how you gain it. So this is kill 100 nightmare creature type enemies to unlock this one, right?
Which is plus 30 damage to all
so
nightmare creatures.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go through, get all of these that I have. This lets me resurrect daughters.
Is there any reason not to activate one?
Make it harder on yourself, and if you don't have enough of these.
Oh, so it takes those every
activate them all.
time.
Yes, it takes those every single time. So like this jumping up in the arrow one, this one here costs 100 every time.
I just assumed you had to unlock it once and then you were good. So no, you have to unlock it every time. Okay, fair enough.
You have to unlock it every single time.
So if you do really badly one time.
The thing is that it seems to be on top of itself. So let me show you what I mean.
You can't hide from me.
He can
Age
hide
of
behind his
Shattering.
religion no longer.
Again, with the same 2 years that switch back and forth.
So this is the boss of this one. Not going to show you the boss, the last boss, because I fought through it, I beat it, and we want to show you a few more mission types. And can't do those as much in the last one. Yeah, so if you see here, I have 1,045 of 1975. And I believe no matter what, based on everything I've seen so far, I'm going to get this 1975 back at the end, plus whatever amount I earn here.
That was my understanding based on what it said in the beginning. Yeah, it's just like they're cumulative.
Yeah. So
you just
basically,
can't have
if
more
I got
than you start with.
Yeah, so like let's say that I got 25 from here, then the next reset I would get 2,000 total.
Okay.
So
cool.
Even if you do worse, as long as you're able to pay for it all before, it doesn't matter. We're going to go in here into the inner void, and I'm going to go ahead and resurrect 2 of my top girls.
Here we are, the level 8s. Yeah.
Yeah, I have some level 8s here. I could either do Serene, who is right here. She has some awesome stats. Mercy, who is okay, and or True, who has a lot of really cool stats. As much as I like Mercy...
Purely on the way you're saying it, I'd say True and Serene, right?
Correct, and that's what I'm going to do. Don't get me wrong, I love Mercy, and as soon as I get a third coin, whether it's from a mission or from another remembrance, she's coming out. But I have specifically prepped True and Serene to come back.
For this purpose alone. Now, I noticed you started with some daughters. Do you just start with 3 free ones?
You automatically start with 1 of each class, period.
Okay. Nice.
And because
They're level 4.
Because of my thing, they're all level 4.
Nice.
That one.
Okay.
I have my personal preferences now as to which of these skills I get.
Which is totally cool. All right. We're going to let him level them up, and then we'll get back to you. Yeah?
Actually, that's it.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
So, normal
we
mission.
now go to the one. So this is a normal mission. It's just a hunt. Sadly, hopefully we'll get some others to show you. If we don't, we'll skip some days forward. That I found there are actually 4.
4. Okay.
So the 4 mission types are the one you're about to see, which is a hunt.
Oh, that's interesting. So you're real quick. Hold on.
Chosen ones pose a grave threat to mankind. They must be handled with utmost caution, I think.
Oh, you know, that actually reminds me. When I first started the game,
gross.
I thought the Chosen One was
By
like
suffering.
the Chosen One, like a good guy thing, not the Chosen One of the bad guys. And that was like, oh,
Yeah.
Oh, bad mojo.
Yeah, the chosen one is the child who is going to screw everything up.
Right, but like based on the intro, I thought he was corrupted, like Anakin style, like he was meant to be a great thing and was corrupted to evil. No, he's meant to be an evil thing that they.
I will say, the background story of this game is clearly revealing that that child was basically abused and mentally broken to the point that he was able to access this dark land area and bring it into the real world.
I did get from the little bit I played before we recorded last time that he has definitely led a horrible, abused life. Like, all of the enemy types are actual people or representations of people that did terrible things to him, that he's just like, you're now my bitches.
Well, and so the lore on the boss that we're going to see, not this episode, but the next episode, is actually basically that he's the priest who would take him to be beaten and have his sins removed through beatings, essentially is what it says between the lines.
1800s, yay!
Yeah, right, exactly. And it's like, oh, it fits with the time period, but that's so gross.
Yes.
Anyway, so you were about to say when I picked Joy.
I know. Well, and remember what you were going to say because I interrupted you, and then we got on the side topic. But I noticed that Joy and True both look injured still. So that once they've died and stuff, they keep that injured look.
I think that's based on level, actually, based on what I've seen.
Oh, the higher level they are, the more jacked up they look.
The more jacked up they look. It's
I've
like
seen
they
some
look,
shit.
it's almost like they look corrupted to me. Like the longer they spend in the field, the more darkness they have on them. Oh, that was fast.
Yeah, you were rocking it. So yeah, we'll be back on the next one.
Are they both? Oh, sweet! There's a ritual. Hell yeah!
Joy will walk these streets again.
So yeah, so you're saying that you think it's like a corruption kind of deal, like in the field?
It looks like a corruption behind the deal.
So,
I don't know what it actually is. But...
So what I was going to ask is, have you played this in non-colorblind mode?
Yes, I have.
So it's still just black. It's not red.
It's just black. It's not red. It's not.
Because that was one of the really fascinating things. Is like, you know, it because it's colorblind mode, all the red stuff turns yellow. So when they look beat up, they look yellow. We called our father in to have a look at this, who is red-green colorblind, because we were curious as to how that looked. And one of the fascinating things, to me, was...
for me too, for sure.
Was that, he basically saw all the colors like they were, normally. Like, the yellows looked yellow with some turning into green. Like, the scarves were pretty green for him. And the reds were basically red and brown. But one thing that was really interesting was that the blood, when in red mode, was just black, like he didn't really see any distinction. But in this colorblind mode with it being yellow, the yellow blood splotches looked red to him. Like he's like, oh, yeah. So she's it's like, oh, she's bleeding. Okay, and we're like, wait, what? That looks red to you? He's like, yeah.
It was very interesting the amount of stuff that did and did not click with the different color blindness was all very interesting to me. That will drag me into the next one, so we'll go ahead and save that. So this is a ritual. What this is there's this lost soul, and what a lost soul is essentially there's another mission called a rescue, and in the rescue you protect and save a pure soul. A lost soul is
Ugh.
basically a destroyed, mentally, spiritually.
It's a corrupted pure soul.
There you go. Those are the words. Thank you, Taryn.
I too have failed with verbiage today. Fear not.
You know what? We're gonna do this. I know you have no armor, but I want to delay you and push you back. Wah.
Okay.
So if you don't kill this in time, just this, your whole goal is kill this guy. Usually, and this is the weird thing, we've gotten some really weird maps I've never seen before already. Like, I've seen this map, but never the configuration or for this mission.
Mm-hmm.
Usually I'd start, like, in this area, and he would be back here behind all his cronies. So this is, like, the easiest ritual mission I've ever done.
Nice.
But your whole goal is kill that guy.
Okay.
If you don't kill him, he explodes, kills everyone, and apparently, according to the story, destroys the entire, like, city block area around where this supposedly would have taken place at the time,
Oh,
right?
jeez.
Yeah. So, like, it's bad news. But all you have to do is kill him, and he's really not that bad. It's getting past all of his little cronies.
He's got a lot.
That is
He's got.
a
He's just a
problem.
damage sponge. He's not like nuts. Just has a lot
Yeah,
of hit
and he
points.
doesn't even have armor that you have to get around, so, like, he's not even bad in that way.
Nice.
And boom,
Impressive.
that's it. Even though there are still enemies, that's it. You just had to kill him and then you left.
Nice.
Memories.
Again, that was very weird for me, because usually he's behind all his little cronies.
He's buried behind 50 pounds of enemies. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that was interesting. I'm going to go ahead and germinate a new daughter, and we'll do the other one. Let's go ahead and do the next day.
Okay. Because that was a hunt there. That was all that was available. We've seen that. We're trying
Yeah.
to try one of the other mission types. Oh yeah. So this is what?
Extinguished. All damage is increased by 20%, and Vitae gains are increased by 50%.
Vitae is the yellow currency. Up
This
there.
stuff. Yeah. The child wept as the young woman lay lifeless in his arms.
Nope.
Sadly, we only got one new synapse, and it's also a hunt. So we're gonna, and we have to do at least one fight a day.
Okay. So yeah, you can do
required.
multiples. We were skipping ahead to try and get more stuff.
More different quests.
We'll see you inside.
But that's okay. Here we go. Here's a new map for you.
Created by suffering.
Saying something.
I'm like, I feel like you think you were saying something.
I feel, weren't we in the middle of saying? Oh yeah. First of all, that whole died in his arms thing, super creepy. But
Super
also,
creepy.
so that exclamation mark on that day, is that what that was? That's when an event occurs.
Memories once locked
That is when
away
an
from
event
us.
occurs, and events are completely random as far as I can tell. And they cause
I
effects
revel
like
in his
that.
strength.
More damage, less damage, more health, more armor. Like, insert effect here, and it can probably be done with an event. I have already seen this one before, but, you know. So I'm kind of sad that I didn't get a new event, but at the same time, you know, it is what it is. I will say, a lot of the game for this, for the actual storyness of it, you really do need to go in and read all of the character bios. That is where the story of this game is.
Also, like the unlocked memories, right?
How foolish my fears.
Yeah, the unlocked memories have stuff. I have avoided them not because I don't want, like, spoilers or anything like that. I don't care about that. It's because they're literally chapters in a book. It's like
You don't want to get
chapter
you
one,
don't want to
page
get to
one,
have at
chapter
least
one.
all of one
Memories
chapter and not pieces
once
of it.
locked away from us.
Exactly. I want to be able to read a full chapter at once instead of having to read, like, you know, chapter 1, page 3 and chapter 1, page 5 and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'd rather not.
Your peril.
So this here is a worm.
Yeah, it
if you-
is.
If you wait long enough, it will attack every daughter in the area, and do not good things, and we don't let them do that.
That mouth, that's like some horrible cross between like a Starship
No more
Troopers
false
monster
prophets.
and like a Zerd Nidus tunnel.
I was
horrific.
thinking like aliens
Memories
an
once
aliens
locked away
face
from us.
hugger
Oh,
and
yeah.
a Nidus tunnel.
That works. That's more appropriate. I had Starship Troopers in my brain.
They're gonna pop up down here, so I'm gonna go back here.
Really? Where? I don't see them.
You won't yet.
You're just making a guess.
So when you've played through them enough, you kind of learn where
Another terror to haunt
they
us.
pop up. So if I am correct, this is going to be one of the four-legged crawler dudes and a hunter.
You remember you can look. Oh, right. You're just seeing if you're.
Yep, scavenger and hunter.
So the scavengers are the four-legged crawler dudes.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what they were called off the top of my head. My bad.
No, that's fair. So I have a question for you with what lore bits you have gleaned thus far. I had a theory based upon the loading screens we see and stuff talking about people. What do you think the odds are that the mother was chosen for a different entity and that she is using her power to protect things?
While I could see it, it's not my first thought.
Okay.
To be fair, I haven't seen too much new information about Mother yet.
Okay.
Striking.
So I could be completely wrong.
What
But
new
yeah.
horrors must we face?
Okay. It's just with the whole like gaining power from other
Yeah, she
entities,
gets to
like
not be right there.
she seems like she fits that shtick or is an other herself, you know? And so I thought, well, maybe that's what she is.
Real quick, infected are stupid. I hate them. I hate everything they do.
Okay.
They are the buffers of the enemy group. And another thing is, you want to make sure that you are at least 1 square away from a spawning pool, because if you're right next to it, instead of moving, the creature will attack.
But if you're even 1 square away, they don't attack?
But yeah, so Serene here is completely safe from this hunter because he will have to do the 1 move, and that's it. Here's the thing, though. Infected cheat, and I swear to God have like 3 actions right out the belt. So we're going to send her over here
Okay.
and hopefully force it down towards Serene. Oh, that didn't kill her. That did not kill it.
And we're doing that just because
Flesh
True is fragile? Is that the idea?
No, we're doing that because I
Oh.
wanted that to be closer to the rest of my people. Joy will be able to kill it before it moves. Okay.
She
I
ripped up-
totally thought that Joy was going to kill it in that one hit, but I was wrong.
She ripped up your armor. It ripped up your armor.
Yes.
How
Yeah,
foolish
no,
might it
they're
be?
gross.
Does that come back?
No,
So it's gone for the fight.
it's gone for the fight.
What?
That being said, the fight's almost over.
I revel in her strength.
Can I sidestep and not? Oh, hell yeah. But yeah, like, in all honesty, I remember Taryn and I kind of had our like, about this game when we first looked into it and when we first played it. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and it has a really interesting and intriguing story so far, if you actually sit there and read through it.
Well, good. I'm glad there is a story because that was one of my biggest concerns looking at it initially, is that there might not be much. So the fact that there is one is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, like I said, a large portion of the story is in here.
Right. But I mean, you and I, if we're playing on our own, it's like that. Will you read that? Because yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But so for everyone here, as an example, we have here the Lost Soul. You have the way it works in the game, like its combat stuff. The Lost Soul is a very powerful being capable of launching a devastating attack which will kill all of your daughters. You must kill it before it unleashes its full power. And then you have the story element of it. It's too late. These are lost forever. Put an end to their distress, dear friend, because they cannot bear the weight of suffering. If we do not act quickly, their fate could be much worse than death.
Oh, it's interesting.
Mother.
Also, if you go back up to the Pure Soul, I got a glance at it before you went down. That's one of yours.
Bright Soul. Yes. So the Bright Souls, in fact, right here, the words, they capture them, stole them from us before they were born. Save them, dear friend. Do not let the suffering other corrupt those we germinate. I could not bear it.
So that's literally
these are
an ungerminated or germinated but not classed.
But not finished daughter.
Boss.
Yeah. And those are very interesting quests. And I really, really want to show you one. I've only done one in my entire time playing.
Well, then let's look real quick and see if we get one. We'll be back.
Okay. Would you be cool if I just quickly went through this one, killed everything, and then we skip to the next day?
Sure.
So this is that buffer that I hate. What it does is it gives 150 armor to whoever the crap it wants. This is the larva. It will spend its time running away until it's far enough that it feels safe. And then once it's there, it will pin one of your daughters. And if you don't kill it or interrupt it before it activates, it will then do a crap ton of damage to that pinned daughter.
Lame.
So we don't like her. I guess it's not a her, but... Die!
Oh, they're fragile. Nice.
Shred them down.
I mean, fragile is a relative term. True just does a crap ton of damage herself.
Oh, okay. Well, even better.
Impressive.
Now, this thing has nothing to buff, so it will probably just spend its turn trying to spit at us. So I'm going to go ahead and end my turn right here, hopefully out of its range, and we will deal with all of these scavengers coming at me. We will see you guys. Hopefully we can get a different quest type. I just wanted to show you guys those two creatures. So, sadly, we weren't able to get a new mission type. So in this particular episode, we're not going to be showing you anything other than hunts and that one kind of sad ritual. But I hope you all are enjoying this. I really like the game. And am enjoying it. Next episode, we are going to do a boss fight and possibly some other missions. I honestly don't know how much time we're going to have to do what.
Yeah, it depends on the length of the boss fight and what procs on the way. So
it also depends on whether or not I live through the boss fight, because that'll be a whole nother thing.
Yeah, boss fights in this game are intense. So
boss fights in this game are intense. I do get 4 daughters for this boss fight, but... one of those is basically going to be a fresh little baby because of how I've been playing this week. But that's okay. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining us. Go ahead, Terry.
No, I was going to do that. So yes.
Okay. Thank you all so much for joining us today. If you want to see more of this or any other Let's Play lore, etc., let us know what it is you want to see in the comments down below. There is, like I said, there's going to be one more episode of this, and then I don't know for sure. I think I know what's happening.
Yeah, we're recording this early enough that we're not 100%. I have a good idea too. But yeah, we'll have this next episode of the boss fight of Othercide. Not the only, but a boss fight from Othercide.
One of the 5 boss fights of Othercide.
Okay. And then after that, we will get to whatever you guys wanted on.
So,
yeah, like we said, we have a pretty good idea as to what it's going to be, but we don't actually know for sure. So we're not going to say that we do. Anyway, thank you all so much, and we'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, this has been True Masters and Morons, signing off. Thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to see more like it, hit that subscribe orb.
To see our last Let's Play, click or tap the link on the right.
For our last lore video, click the link on the left.
Thank you to all of our patrons for making these videos possible.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.